Welcome to another episode of The Shift powered by ET Edge Insights. The Shift showcases business leaders delving into the intricacies of their fields, uncovering challenges, opportunities, strategies for moving forward. Watch The Shift to gain valuable insights from business leaders and stay ahead of the curve. Sustainability is the buzzword, and we see in this era that businesses are bending towards sustainability. One such company is Avery Dennison, and we have with us today Mr. Saurabh Agarwal, Vice President and General Manager at Avery Dennison, South Asia. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Preeti.
And today we're going to talk about more such initiatives at your end. And firstly, I would like to ask you, how do you define sustainable connections in the supply chain? And what does that look like in practice for Avery Dennison?
Sure. Before that, let me talk a bit about my company. So we are Avery Dennison. We are global leaders in material science and identification solutions company, a Fortune 500 company, US headquartered. On sustainable connections in supply chain, I'll say that it's a 360-degree view that we take, which of course has to take care of the environmental responsibility, the social impact, and also the economic viability, the triple P bottom line of planet, people, and profits put together. We are guided by our 2030 sustainability goals, which again call it in form of what is the environmental impact that we create, our operations create. The second one is what is that our innovations and our products do for our customers, how do they enable circularity, and then what is the positive impact that we create on the world. For us, what does this mean? In a very, very targeted, metric-driven way, we say that we will reduce our greenhouse emissions, the Scope 1 and Scope 2, by 70% over the 2015 baseline by 2030, and Scope 3 emissions by 30% versus the 2018 baseline by 2030. And again, we are pretty much on track on these expectations. Reduce water consumption, landfill-free. What does this mean for our customers? We are saying that all our standard products will have recycled or renewable content. We are saying that all our products, 100% of our raw material would be sourced from responsible sources. And it doesn't end here, because this whole RFID space is also big for us, being a large player there. There again, through our products, we enable efficiency in supply chains and make them more sustainable. Further, we do a lot of collaboration with our suppliers. We do a lot of collaboration with our customers. And more than anything, it is our theme that also answers what you've just asked, Preeti. We make things possible. And when we say we make things possible, we solve 4 big problems that the world is facing today. One is supply chain efficiency. The second one is waste reduction. The third one is sustainability, transparency, and circularity. And the fourth one is connecting brands and consumers.
Okay, sure. So coming back to what I asked you, like to be specific, how do you define, sustainable connections in your specific, functionalities and the supply chain, and what does that look like if you can explain a little bit more?
So I'll say we work very closely with our suppliers on one end, because they play a very important role in what we do and what we can deliver. So there is a lot of compliance that goes in the selection of the suppliers as to what is getting sourced. And then, of course, on the other side, it is our customers which complete the supply chain. That how do we make sure that we are enabling them for their circularity? And that makes it end-to-end. And of course, then there is a footprint that we create in our supply chains.
Sure. So in your view, how will the interplay between digital technologies and physical supply chain shape sustainable practices over the next decade?
Good question, Preeti. It's again, I will say it will play a transformative role. And let me break this answer again in 2 parts. One is the role that technology can play, say, in our operations. So in our operations, what we are doing is that we are leveraging a lot on stuff like sensors, IoTs, artificial intelligence, machine learning to make our operations more efficient. How do we make sure that we have end-to-end tracking of energy? How do we make sure that we have end-to-end tracking of water consumption? How do we make sure that we have end-to-end tracking of any waste that is getting generated in our supply chain? How do we make sure that our inventory management is more efficient? How do we do better forecasting? How do we make sure that we're not carrying any extra inventory. So all this is one part of sustainability and where technology is playing a very, very important role. The other part is through technologies and identification solutions like RFID, what does it do to the overall supply chains? And there again, technology is making it possible that every physical product will have a digital twin. The moment you have a digital twin, you can do a lot more because you can get a lot more information, and the analytics stack that sits on top of it can generate a lot of data which allows one to make their supply chains far more efficient.
Does it simplify for you, or does it make your job more difficult because now you also have to replicate the data onto the digital?
It simplifies because today a lot of work is happening through manual intervention, and technology is at a stage where it is able to solve and really contribute to the sustainability agenda. I'm very optimistic on this space.
Okay, and what specific challenges have you encountered when trying to implement these sustainable practices that you're talking about in your supply chain?
Couple of them took us also some time. I did talk of earlier the supplier selection and supplier compliance. That becomes important. Data is not readily available. You have to create that data. Accurate data, real-time data. That's always a challenge. I will say that we have done some really good work on both the fronts on how do we collaborate with our suppliers. And we have a brand new ERP which enables us a lot on the data side. Cost is always a challenge because a lot of these sustainable solutions come at some cost, but we have also learned that it's a short-term cost, but ultimately in the long run it is good for not only planet, it's also good for profits.
Okay.
And the last thing that I will want to say is culture. So for Avery Dennison, out of our 8 core values, sustainability is one of the core value, but it doesn't happen overnight. You have to just get your teams along. You have to make sure that everybody believes in it.
So sustainability does not add on to your cost?
Sustainability, again, as I said, that sustainability, if you look at from a short-term point of view, sustainability at times will add to the cost. But sustainability also drives efficiency. Sustainability means that you are using lesser resources. Sustainability means that you are generating less waste. Sustainability also shows that you are a more responsible player, which comes with its own advantages.
True, very true. And what trends and innovations do you foresee as pivotal for the future of sustainable supply chains?
I will answer this in the context of my organization. So one is the material science space. So there's a lot of good work that's happening on material science space. That how do we make sure that it can contribute to more responsible products? If I give you some examples, say our wash-off solution. They enable the circularity of glass bottles, linerless solutions, inline labeling solutions, the products that have recycled content, renewable content. So all this is, there's a lot of innovation that's happening here, right? The other piece is on the technology side, where again, there's a lot of innovation that's happening where the cost of technology is coming down and the adoption of technology is becoming easy. And what it does is that in a very financial sense, even the ROIs are becoming quicker. So a lot of options are available today where technology is enabling sustainability.
Okay. And what guidance would you offer to other leaders aiming to enhance sustainability within their supply chains?
Our learning has been that be very bold in calling out your ambition. So it just won't happen by thinking good. You have to draw line in the sand and say, this is what we want to do. This definitely helped us. The second piece that is very, very powerful is collaboration. Collaboration with every part of the supply chain. Your suppliers, your customers, they're part of this journey. And culture is again something that I will specifically call out. Don't undermine the importance of culture when an organization is wanting to get onto this path. Technology is again very important. Adopt technology. There are technologies that are available today that can solve problems. There are technologies that are available today which have a capability of making organizations much more sustainable. And the last one, I will say that transparency, which is whatever you are doing and whatever you are achieving, good, bad, make sure that you can lay it out and present it in a transparent way that makes us more accountable. That's what I'll say. It's a journey. It doesn't happen in a day. In our history, I will say I'm more optimistic about sustainability today than any time in the past because there is there are some genuine solutions that are available, and there are some genuine ways that are available, which are moving the needle.
Thank you, Saurabh, for joining us, and thank you, viewers, for watching The Shift. Stay tuned for more such episodes as we continue to bring more exclusive interactions on The Shift. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and follow us on social media. See you in the next episode.